Nova! This is the Tbilisi Podcast, covering life, travel and more in the country of Georgia. Brought to you by foodfuntravel.com, expathub.ge and eathistours.com.
In this episode, we are talking about the Tbilisi Sulphur Baths. There's lots of them. There's lots of history. There's lots to choose from. We're going to tell you our top picks and some etiquette rules for enjoying your time at the Sulphur Baths. All right, we're live.
All right, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Tbilisi Podcast, a show about life and travel in Tbilisi and Georgia. We're back with another episode.
Yep.
I am Meg. I am your host. Also, I'm here with my co-host, Tom.
Yep. That would be me from eathistours.com.
Yep. And we are here. And yeah, we're going to talk about some steamy experiences that you can have in Tbilisi.
Some of them were a bit too steamy for me. I think we might talk about that later.
Yes, we're going to be talking about what it's like to visit the Sulphur Baths here in Tbilisi, something that has a very, very long history here and is actually something you really should add to your itinerary if you are visiting Tbilisi, because it's a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, and there's a lot of sulphur baths. There's lots of different options, lots of different price points, some different locations as well, not just right in the downtown where the most famous ones are. And maybe we'll help you in this episode decide if you should have a massage while you're there or not, because I'm rather on the fence after my previous experiences. So more on that later.
All right. Well, let's jump into it. Let's just start off with the history of the Sulphur Baths. So some people may or may not know this, but the story of Tbilisi Sulphur Baths is actually intertwined with the actual founding of Tbilisi itself. So the legend has it that in the 5th century, King Vakhtang Gorgasali was out hunting with his falcon, and they were just doing their thing, going along, but then suddenly the king's falcon got caught or was chasing after a pheasant or something like that. And both the falcon and the pheasant dropped out of view. And he was like, where'd they go? What's going on? And he walked a little further and he found his falcon in this pool of water, cooked. And he was like, sulphur baths.
Yeah, well, or at least sulphur water. There wasn't a proper bath.
He was like,
there
this is hot water. This is really hot water. So he was really impressed by this discovery and he decided to build a city around the natural hot springs. And so that's where Tbilisi was born. So the city name of Tbilisi comes from the old Georgian word Tpli, meaning warm location.
Yeah.
So that's the actual meaning of Tbilisi. So over the centuries, these baths have been more than just a place to get clean. They have been the beating heart of Tbilisi social life, a place where people could go to gather, not just to bathe, but to socialize, do business deals. Lots of different things have gone down throughout many, many years of the Sulphur Baths being there. They've also seen their fair share of famous visitors as well. The renowned Russian poet Alexander Pushkin, he is famous for writing, "I have never encountered anything more luxurious than the Tbilisi Baths." So he liked it a lot.
Well.
He wasn't the only one. French writer Alexander Dumas.
Three Musketeers
fame. He was also quite a fan.
We impressed the French. It's a surprise.
Yeah, they're hard to impress.
They are hard to impress.
Yeah. It wasn't all just glamour and famous writers. Anybody can go to the baths. Famously, Tbilisi was part of the Silk Road, so a lot of traders who were coming through would go to the Silk Baths to relax, do trades as well, but also just get clean and relax and stuff. So it's been a place where anybody can go to relax and ease their joint pains and whatever.
Well, the water is very relaxing. I do agree with that.
And it also is, the water is meant to have a lot of medicinal benefits as well, which we will talk about a little bit later.
Just don't drink it.
Oh, do not drink it.
No, and don't take your jewelry in there because it goes brown, as I discovered.
Almost black.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It took a while to get that cleaned.
Yeah, I did fix it, but that was bad. Yeah, do take off your jewelry, please. So yeah, the iconic brick domes that you'll see when you go down to the bath area, it sort of resembles a half-buried egg sort of design. And this is very specifically made to keep the heat in and create a perfect steamy environment in the bath underneath. And so this was also something that they got from the design from the Persian bathhouses. So it's sort of another element that just shows sort of Georgia's history of different design and different influences.
Cultural influence for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, when you're soaking in the sulfuric waters, just remember you're not just having a bath, you're immersing yourself in about 1,500 years of history.
Ooh, did you get that from ChatGPT?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Give me a good zingy one-liner about going to the Sulphur Baths.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So let's talk a little bit just what it's like to actually go to the Sulphur Baths. We've been to quite a few. We enjoy having a bath. What's your favorite thing about going to the baths?
I like the jumping in the cold pool being in stepping calmly into the cold pool, the dunk pool, after being in the hot pool.
Yes.
That is just like the most immediate relief of everything.
You've got to be pretty bold to do that too, because the water is cold.
Yeah, yeah.
The cold water is cold and the hot water is hot.
The hot water is full on hot. I mean, what is it, like 40 degrees or so?
Like 40
right?
degrees, yeah.
It's the high end. Yeah, if you're in it for more than like 15 minutes, you normally start to feel it, and then you have to get out and have a bit of a walk around. Or, if you go to the super, super fancy one in Orbeliani Baths, they have an ice room as well, but that's like the royal suite.
Yeah, you got to pay
like
extra
14
for the
people
snow
for that.
room.
It's a lot of money for for that one. But yeah, we're not going to talk about...
Generally, you've got like a cold shower. Maybe like we went to one that had like a bucket. It was like a
bucket of cold water to dunk on your head.
Yeah.
Just from the roof, you
on
pull
a pull
cord.
chain.
Yeah.
Yep. Water on your head. Or not all of them do have that. Sometimes, as you mentioned before, you do just need to get out of the hot water and just sit and cool down. So what you pay for, you get different levels of baths based on how much you actually pay for the particular room.
And we've got public baths and we've got private baths. So I mean, I've pretty much only done the private baths. That sounds really bougie, but actually some of them are very affordable. We're not going to talk about exact pricing today, really, because that's probably going to change, and it keeps changing all the time.
I can give you an estimate because there's some things that haven't changed for a while, but the actual prices of rooms do seem to be continuously going up.
Inflating very quickly.
Yeah.
Cost of living crisis has hit the Tbilisi Sulphur
Baths. The bath scene. But yeah, you do have the option to go to public baths. They are segregated into female and male. So, and because the people might not realize is that, yes, you do bathe naked.
Yeah.
You do get naked with these people.
It's the real deal here.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go to the public ones, which are much more affordable. I think it's like currently sitting at like 6 gel for the female one, and I think it's 10 gel for the men's.
For like an hour, or is it just an entry fee? You can stay in there as long as you want.
I'm not 100%. I tried to double check because, as we mentioned, that we haven't actually done the public ones yet. Sorry, I don't know if you have a time limit.
We should have researched that before this episode.
I looked. I couldn't find any information on it. But yeah, definitely, if you have a private one, you book it by the hour.
Yeah, but we've done a lot of private baths, so this is really what this episode's about, because it's not like, obviously, sure, if you want to go to the public bath, why not? Go give it a go.
It's an experience, of course, yeah. I mean, we did the public baths in Morocco, in Essaouira when we were there, and it was a great experience, but yeah, we just haven't done it here. I don't know why.
No, I don't know. Just the private ones are still reasonably affordable. I mean, they're starting at some of the budget end for a small room for a couple of people is from like 50 gel an hour or something.
Yeah.
And that's like 25 gel per person if it was a tiny room, but they won't have like a plunge pool if it's a really small room. Bigger rooms for like 6 people are starting from like 80 or 100 lari an hour, I think, in the cheaper places, and then going up to sort of 200 plus an hour. If you've got a
plunge pool, you're going to have at least, it's going to be over 100 gel for an hour.
Yeah, and you want the plunge pool. So get a few mates together. Don't just go to this by yourself.
That's what we do. I have like a girls group, and we just go for banya on like a Friday night. Someone will drop a message into the chat and be like, hey, anyone up for banya? And then we see how many people we get, and then you divide the cost. And we usually get 4 to 10 people, Yeah.
It becomes very affordable when you have like 10 people going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even though the bigger rooms cost a bit more, the per person price is pretty good, which is the other reason why we haven't done the public one.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the private ones are just a little nicer and cleaner, and yeah, you got it to your own group.
Of course,
and it doesn't have to be segregated as well. You can go girls and guys together as a friend group if you have private, whereas the public ones you have to go segregated.
So yeah, we've done girls and boys in together, but everybody wearing swimwear.
Yeah, you can tell everyone we're all naked. It's fine. No one's going to judge us.
It depends on your nationality and what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
There are some nationalities that are obviously down with just being naked, and there are others that are like, this makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Australians.
Yeah, you're talking about this right now.
That's the way you go. Yeah, you've been to at least like 10 different baths now, I think, roughly like this. So you have been trying out lots of different places.
I've tried out quite a few. I don't know about 10.
8.
A lot. I've been to quite a few and checked them out, but because I love it. I love going for a bath. I think it's one of my favorite things to do, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
I love, love, love going for a bath in the middle of winter when it's cold outside and you get home in the nice hot tub and it's lovely.
Nice.
One thing that does, however, concern, shall we say, other than being naked with other people, is the smell. Because it is sulfur water.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty strong, intense, sulfury smell.
Yeah.
You sort of get used to it after you've been in there for a bit.
Isn't there like something that they say that like it takes you like a certain
7
amount
minutes to
get used to a smell?
Yeah.
You don't even notice it?
I think with the sulfur water, I still notice it the whole time. It's just it's less present after 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is a strong smell, so
It is
you
a
are
strong
aware
smell.
of it all the
So
time.
you have that, but also it's the sulfur that makes it like good for you. It's sulfur, also other minerals like calcium and magnesium that give it.
Skin feels all soft and lovely after a soak.
It's lovely.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, so some of the things that having a nice soak can do to, they say, for medicinal purposes.
Health benefits.
Improved circulation. And I mean, that's a given, like hot
Like
water to
any
cold
bath.
water.
You can have a bath at home and that's going to help.
Well, that's why they've done it for like a really long time. Like, you know, you go for a sauna and then you go out and jump in the snow. Like it's that hot to cold that's really sort of
cleans out your pores and whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And increases your blood flow throughout your body, which is really good. Pain relief, of course.
Yeah.
Many people swear by sulfur baths for relieving joint pain, inflammation, particularly popular with people with arthritis and stuff like that. We work on laptops a lot, so we've got the old, laptop hunch. It's bad.
Yeah.
But, go put your shoulders underwater at the sulfur baths and it's everything just sort of melts away. It's lovely.
Yeah. And another top one is, if you're a stinky backpacker, you're going to get cleaned up.
That's true. Well, yeah.
You don't have to even be a stinky backpacker. You'll be a stinky digital nomad.
Yeah.
Be a stinky whatever if you've been walking around on a hot summer's day in Tbilisi.
People have been doing it for hundreds of years.
That soak might help you get rid of the stank. Not a bad idea.
It's also good for skin health. Sulfur water is believed to have antibacterial and antifungal properties. So it helps with skin conditions like eczema, stuff like that if you've got any like skin problems. Of course, if you have any like open wounds or anything like that, don't go to the bath. That's gross. That'd be gross. Don't be doing that. But yeah, you leave feeling incredibly soft and luscious. Your hair does not.
No.
So take stuff with you to wash your hair afterwards because it gets kind of crunchy.
Oh, yeah. And like things like towels and slippers and stuff like that, if you don't bring your own, they will normally charge you to rent them.
Yeah.
So they have them, but you have to pay for them. So up to you. You want to bring your own stuff?
You can bring your own stuff or you can rent it. So it's good that both options are available because some people think about going for a bath as a last minute thing. They're like, oh, I should do that. They're like, oh, but I don't really have anything.
Yeah,
and you just go rent it. It's fine. Yeah.
But something else you can bring with you or buy there that's really awesome is a bottle of bubbly. You can buy a bottle of sparkling wine and they'll bring it in with glasses for you to, I think plastic glasses for you to drink, or you can bring your own. You can literally bring your own beers. And we put our beers in the cold tub to keep them cold.
Yeah.
And you can book the room by the hour. So we might book the room for like 2 to 3 hours and just hang out in there with everybody and have a lounge and a chat. And it's great. And just have a few drinks.
Yeah, we keep the beer cold in the cold and,
and
then just pull it out when it's ready.
If you didn't bring your own drinks and you didn't remember that top tip, then you can buy them, you can order them, you can call someone in and they'll come and bring you some beers or a bottle of sparkling. So
yeah,
it's fun.
But yeah, of course, we should probably advise that it's not a good idea to have too much to drink while you're in the baths because it can dehydrate you a lot. So you also need to make sure that you are drinking a lot of water, even though if you're having some bubbles or a beer or something like that as well.
Yeah, nice.
Last couple of things that's good for medicinal wise, respiratory health, inhaling the steam. And actually, if you go to some of the nicer ones, you will also get a sauna in the room as well. So it's like hot, cold sauna. It's like the full experience. They're really lovely. But yeah, breathing in the sulfur air is meant to like clear your airways and provide relief for like bronchitis and stuff like that. And also detoxification. So it's good for a hangover. What can I say?
Wow.
You go there and you flush out all the toxins and you sweat it out and, get over your hangover. It's not bad.
Nice. And what else can you do? You can have a massage. Shall we talk about the massage and the scrub options?
Okay.
Then we can leave you for your own decisions on whether you fancy doing this.
Tender subject for Tom.
Oh, it was very tender. It's still tender now, I think.
So yeah, one of the main things that you can do and really should do when you go for a bath experience is you should book a Kiev scrub. So what they will do is they will have a person come into the room and give you like the scrub of your life.
Oh, yes.
It will take off
everywhere.
a couple of layers of skin and it's disgusting.
They're getting through to the bone. It's insane.
But it feels incredible. And yeah, you just take off all that old dead skin. They give you a good old scrub. You can also get a massage as well.
And a mega soap. They literally soak you up.
They fill like a pillowcase full of bubbles and just like bash you with it a bit. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite part of the whole experience is the bubble thing that they do, bashing you with a pillowcase of bubbles. Love it.
Yep.
So yeah, generally a Kiev scrub will cost you about 10 to 20 gel, and you have to pay for that in cash. And then if you want a massage on top of that, it's like extra. They'll tell you before you go in. So you do need to have some cash on you to pay for these particular extra things because that goes directly to the person that does the scrub.
Yeah, whereas the
sort of
bath
thing.
itself, you can normally pay by card at the front desk.
Yeah.
In advance.
And there are different levels of this. So yeah, if you go to Orbeliani, which is the bougie fancy place, you will get a lovely rub down and a nice scrub and everything will be a lovely experience. And if you go to some of the other...
And also I should note before we move on to that with Orbeliani, they have massage rooms where you can get like a classic massage, Swedish massage and this sort of stuff. So that is completely different from the Kiev scrub and the in-room massage where they come to the spa room and give you like a 15-minute massage.
No, they actually have like beds in the rooms, in the bathroom. So
by beds we mean hard
like
stone
a hard slab.
Slabs to lie on.
Yeah.
This is the traditional way. So yeah, make sure when you're booking a massage that you don't just go and book an international massage, which is fine if you want one. That's fine, do that as well. But the actual thing we're talking about is the in-room one that's normally about 15 to 20 minutes. All right. And then you have less fancy versions of this at other locations.
Yes. And so it can depend on the person and the sort of day that they've had or how many people they need to get through, how rough they'll be with you, shall we say. It's an experience and it's a worthwhile experience to have. But when I've been out with some of the girls and there's been like 10 of us and she's had to get through all 10 of us and we've only booked like an hour or 2 hours.
Well, that's not going to happen, is it?
No, she's like, I got to get this done. And they will. So you'll get pushed and shoved around and told to flip over and everything. And it can be quite an aggressive sort of experience. But I think it's great. I think it's a worthwhile experience that you should do. And then, that's the women's side that it can be a little aggressive and a little pushy. And what happens on the men's side, Tom?
I don't seem to have a lot of luck with massages at hammams and this sort of thing. You'll listen to a very old episode about Morocco on one of our other podcasts, Travel Freedom Podcast, that we don't run anymore. You will hear that story was quite upsetting. And Tbilisi managed to repeat another very personal and upsetting massage story. So we booked a private room for the 2 of us.
I think it was our anniversary or something.
Yeah, not at Orbeliani. It was at one of the other ones in Marginishvili.
Kiev.
At Kiev, the Ukrainian street, Kiev Street, the spa bath there. And the only masseuse available, I think it was like a mid-afternoon thing. It was just one guy. He's the only guy available. So even though it was we're a couple and we're both in there being a couple, don't read anything into that.
Oh my God.
We were just bathing.
We're just having a bath.
They sent in this massive guy, massive bear of a guy. Like, and they come in, like they're not wearing much either. They've got like a towel around their waist or board shorts or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So, his full back mat of hair was quite alarming to start with. Obviously, no sort of care of grooming of that going on,
and so we're like,
no manscaping. So we're like, well, okay. So you're doing me, I guess, and then you're going to send in the woman for Meg's massage. No, Ara. Oh, okay, right. I guess I'll go first then.
That's right. I had a bikini on.
Yeah, I'll go first to see what happens. Well, okay. So he lays me down, and this is going to get a bit tender, as I said. He lays me down on the slab. Gives me
This is where things start getting steamy.
Steamy. Bong, bong, bong. And let's say his amorous affection towards me was not something that was welcomed by me personally.
No.
I sort of grin and bared it.
He was not affectionate to you at all.
The phrase lay back and think of England is normally applied to women who just got married to someone they don't actually love in a arranged marriage. But I felt like I was laying back and thinking of England during this massage. So yeah, it started off innocuous enough that he was just getting the soap out because they start with the soap and then they start scrubbing. And the scrub was probably the most aggressive amount of skin removed from my body in my entire life within any sort of 5-minute period or any 2-day or monthly period. More skin came off than would come off in the course of a normal skin shedding. I felt like I was a snake of some form, losing all of my skin. He got very aggressive on this skin removal, which is the part that you might go, well, that's fine. You were sort of expecting that, right? That's part of the service. No, because he decided certain parts of me also had skin on that should also be removed. Parts that most people do not book a masseuse, a male hairy masseuse, to scrub.
I don't think no one ever scrubs there.
No.
Do they?
No.
I'm not a boy, I don't.
I just didn't pay for this massage expecting a full gooch and sack scrub. And I mean it, he got into the sack.
He lifted your member out of the way. And went for it.
And scrubbed around and underneath and got right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And seriously, guys, this is not the place to book a scrub. Because I've had a few scrubs at the other baths and they've been totally lovely and fine. This was not the place. So yeah, I mean, first of all, when he sat me down, he's like, yeah, take your shorts off, get naked, mate. Like we're getting in there, we're getting it all done. So when he really is getting in there, and it's quite upsetting and traumatic. And he seemed to really enjoy it. He was loving it.
Sadist.
Absolutely loving it. So I felt massively violated. And then, of course, I was like, well, thanks very much. My wife got to watch you do that to me.
I was laughing the whole time.
So she was loving it. More
because
sadism.
You have a history
I get
of just
this all the time.
weird stuff happening at bathhouses around the world.
They see me and they go, this is what should happen.
Manhandled. They're like, he needs a manhandling.
I don't know why.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know why they think I want this. I don't want it. Just say no.
But there is a very funny video of Michael Palin at a Turkish hammam.
Oh,
and he gets
attacked.
manhandled too.
But I don't think they scrubbed the sack. He was getting slapped with fire and things, right?
Yeah, it was weird. It was bent in all different directions.
Quite fun. So after that, the guy was like, okay, yours is done. You obviously have to pay me cash. And so, the service was rendered. So I guess I have to pay for it. And then, so yeah, it was Meg's turn. And as I recall, he asked you to remove your top as well.
Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, they're just boobs, whatever. But yeah, it was a very aggressive.
He wasn't interested in the boobs.
No, not at all.
No interest at all. He was interested in my sack. He literally had no interest in your boobs at all.
He was not interested in your sack. He was interested in making sure that he got every last bit of skin, very dedicated to his job.
Scroty clean. That's what he wanted.
But yeah, he was such a bear that when it was time for me to roll over, he didn't just tell me to roll over. He just flipped me over. He literally picked me up and flipped me over. It's quite funny.
So if this sounds
don't be scared. That's one time. We've been to many baths and it's one time we had this happen and it's a hilarious story. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. If you book a massage at Kiev Street Baths and the bear walks in, it's your free choice to say no before he starts and send him away. Or you can enjoy it. Maybe you'll love it. I know some guys who would have enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it is what it is.
No judgment. It just wasn't quite for me. Wasn't my favorite.
It did happen, but it's just amusing.
This is not a chat GPT story. This really is.
Don't be scared off
story.
going to the baths from Tom's story. Just go do it. It's an experience and it's a worthwhile experience to have in Tbilisi.
Get the scrub, get the massage. That's the only one that I had that was really weird. All the rest I've had have been pretty good.
Yeah. Should we talk a little bit now about etiquette at the baths?
Sure. First of all, nudity so that your guy can scrub your balls. That's an important etiquette step.
If you do go to the public baths, you can wear swimwear, but people will look at you a bit odd. But whatever. If that's what your comfort level is, that's totally fine. As we said before, we generally will book a private room, so then you can just go naked and it doesn't matter. Whatever. These people see this, people that do the Kiev scrubs, they just see this all day. They couldn't care about whatever.
Yeah. They are habituated.
Yeah, they don't even see anything anymore. It's fine. But it's all up to, you and how comfortable you feel with stuff like that. But anyway, etiquette. First thing, you should have a shower before getting into the bath. You have a nice cool shower, scrub off any of the grime of the day and city and whatnot, and before you jump into any of the baths. That's a really good thing to do. As we mentioned before, yes, you can hire a towel and slippers and stuff like that. It's probably a good idea to bring this stuff with you, especially if you have a specific shampoo conditioner that you like to use or body wash, or for after you finish in the baths, you want to have a shower and get rid of all of the sulfur smells and everything off your body generally. So you sort of just make sure you bring your own shampoo, conditioner, body wash, slippers. The floors can get really slippery. So if you do happen to have any sort of flip-flops or anything like that, that might be a little bit easier easier for walking around so you don't slip over.
Those
Please
little
be careful.
hotel slippers are so
They're
rubbish.
so slippy.
I'm like, what's the point in even having them? You might as well go barefoot. It's more slippy to have them on.
Yeah. And as I said before, while it is fun to have a beer or, we have bubbles if it's a special occasion or something like that, it can get very hot. Make sure you know your limits with sitting in the bath. It is hot. It is really hot. Know your limit. If you start to feel a little bit off, get out, cool down, and hydrate. Take a bottle of water with you. You can buy bottles of water there. It's not a problem. The fancier ones, Orbeliani Bathhouse, that has like a little phone in the room and you can call front desk and be like, can we have this? Can we have that? And you can order some water to come in. Also, sometimes they'll have tea at the end. So have some tea and hydrate with tea. That's also a really good idea.
You're so sensible. Like literally, guys, just go and drink sparkling wine and enjoy yourself, all right? Don't listen to Meg. They're on vacation.
I always take water with me. I might have a beer, but I definitely will always drink water at the same time. But I am just a water fiend. You've seen my water bottle. It's like massive.
Yeah, 2-liter water bottle, walking around everywhere with that.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So that's good. Don't get all the soap in the actual bath bit. I mean, it's fine if you do, but yeah, they keep all the soap out the bath and then they take water from the bath to pour all over you when they're cleaning you up.
Oh, that's also an experience when they've given you a full scrub down and then they just get a bucket of water and they throw it over you. And so this hot water hits your freshly scrubbed skin.
Yeah, it's like stingy fun.
It's stingy also. Yeah, I don't know. It's this really invigorating feeling. It stings, but it's great. I don't know. It's almost like having too much wasabi. You know how you sort of just be like, whoa, yeah. It's that sort of feeling?
Love it.
Is that the right way
to
do it?
Yeah, wasabi for the skin.
Yeah. So it's really good. Anyway, so we have mentioned a few different bathhouses that we've been to, but let's break them down into our top 3 that we prefer to go to and why we like them. So number 1 is always going to be the Orbeliani Baths. It's probably one of the most Instagrammable places in Tbilisi. It looks like a mosque, sort of, from the outside.
Yeah, on the outside, people think it's a mosque, so you don't realize that it's actually a bathhouse inside.
Yeah, blue tiling on the outside. It's a bathhouse, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful outside and beautiful inside, but needless to say, it is like the most expensive, pretty much. There's a new one that opened up that I haven't been to that's called like King's Bathhouse or something, and that one's pretty bougie.
Orbeliani is expensive. I think currently rooms are starting from 120 lari per hour for a very basic like 2-person room with just the hot bath and a shower and nothing else.
Yeah, all the way up to, I think I saw
the Royal
600
Suite.
A room for the Royal Suite.
The Royal Suite is at least 600 an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
But
also
have,
the Royal Suite, you can fit,
it.
as you just said, you can fit like 14 people in that and you'd break the cost down. For Tom's 40th birthday, I hired out the VIP, which is the one down, and we had like 10 people in there or something like that. So you break the cost up between a bunch of people and it actually does bring the cost down, and it makes it really worthwhile to do because they're very, very beautiful rooms. Like they've got these beautiful mosaics on the wall and beautifully tiled in these marble tubs and all of this sort of stuff. I also did for a bachelorette. We did the VIP room as well just before a friend's wedding a couple of years ago. And it is a really lovely experience if you have the numbers or the money. Whatever. Hey, take the whole thing. If you got some money to throw around, do whatever you want.
Yeah, just go and buy yourself. Why not?
Why not? You can do
Get
whatever
the ice
you want.
room as well.
So that's the one that we said you can also like buy additional massages on top, anything from a chocolate massage to a standard Swedish massage. That's in a massage room that is separate, but it's all still really, really lovely. Like it was built in like the 17th century and it was renovated beautifully. Like it's just a really, really lovely example of.
Yeah. Love it. Always my top pick, and it's worth a little bit of extra money for me, I think, to go to the nicest one.
Yeah. Second one, number 5, Bathhouse, which is just down. Like it's basically when you walk into the area where all majority of the bathhouses are, it's the first one on the left-hand side. And you'll see
it's right in downtown. So if you don't know where we're talking about yet, I mean, type Sulphur Baths on Google Maps and it'll probably show you that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, 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 very close to the Maidan and the main sort of centre of the old town.
Yeah, it's very central.
Yeah.
Number 5 is where I go with girlfriends a lot. I don't know if I've taken you there. Have we gone there, Tom?
I have not gone there.
Oh, there we
You're
go.
the one who's been going around with all the girls doing a different bathhouse every month.
Well, we just organise it. We're like, let's do it. I'm feeling chilly. Let's go for a bath. Or, I need to, just relax and chat. Let's go for a bath. We do it all the time. So this is a more budget-friendly experience. So they have these really lovely mosaics as well. A lot of them do have the mosaics in the different rooms, and they're really, really beautiful. So it's not as fancy as Orbeliani, but it's still really, really lovely. And they have been doing some updates. Like the last time I was there, like some of the private rooms now had saunas had been put in and stuff like that just to make them a little bit nice. They do also have public baths as well at number 5. But as I said, I haven't actually been there to try it out. I really should do it one day. I should just suck it up, go with a friend and just go to the public bathhouse and give it a try.
Yep.
Just so I can report back to you what it's all like. But number 5 is really good. It's clean, it's lovely, and has some really nice rooms that for an affordable price. They're really good. Number 3, I would say Kiev Bathhouse. Even with Tom's scrubbing situation.
I do like the renovations they've done there. It's really cool.
Yep. They've done a lot of renovations, and they also have really old looking rooms that basically look like 70s, 60s, from the 60s or 70s, these mosaic rooms that look really dated, but in the cool way, like really vintage looking rooms. And then they've done some modern rooms as well, which are lovely. They're really fresh. They look like a nice modern stylish sort of bathhouse thing. And they've recently opened up like a big room as well. So like a big VIP room there that I haven't been to yet, but that looks pretty cool and I'd like to give that one a try.
And because they're on the other side of the river, they're not in the main tourist area. It's actually a bit cheaper than the other ones.
Exactly.
For what you get, value for money is a little higher.
Yeah, the only difference is I don't think any of the rooms come with cold tubs.
Yeah.
They're all hot tubs and a shower or the plunge bucket sort of thing.
The bucket.
The bucket.
The bucket is not as much fun as the plunge pool. You're just waiting for it to hit your head and go, It's a plunge pool, you're just in and it's all good.
Get it done.
All right.
Yeah. So they're my top 3. There are some others. As I said, there was a new like luxury one that opened up. It's King. I think it could be called King Heracli or something like that. I would have to fact check that and I'll put it in the show notes. Sorry, everybody. But that one's meant to be really fancy and really modern and cool. I would like to check that one out. There's another one, Bohemia. I haven't been to just yet because it's mostly, I think they go for the romance side. So it's a bit like sort of couples on a romantic date sort of thing.
Yeah, bring your own bear, masseuse.
Exactly.
Lovely.
There's also Tbilisi Lake. We haven't been to the Tbilisi one because we like to have, as Tom just said, we like to have a cold plunge pool. So we haven't really been to that one, but that's another modern facility that you can go to at Tbilisi and enjoy the
completely different area, way out of town.
Or if you want to be really budget, just come and shower in our bathroom because we have sulfur water running through our apartment block.
Yeah, we happen to be on a sulfur spring or whatever it is, and we've got natural sulfur water in our apartment. It's pretty crazy.
I'm kidding. Don't come to our
apartment. No, we're not invited, and we're not going to massage you either. Good luck.
So one of the important things to really remember, they're my top 3. As I said, there are other places that you can go and visit. Make sure that you give them a call or contact. Most of them are pretty accessible via Facebook. So just contact them in advance. You do need to make a reservation because they book out. It's not just tourists that use it. Locals use it.
We book them 2 weeks in advance for Orbeliani. They open bookings like 3 weeks in advance, and we book 2 to 3 weeks in advance if we know which room we need.
Yeah.
For a tour group, and we know what time they want because otherwise they don't get it. Mm-hmm. And because every room is different. So if you know that your tour group is like 6 people, then you've got a choice of like 2 or 3 rooms, and then the price goes up, or you're getting a really big room or a room that's too small, and so you won't get it. And they've opened an online booking system for them now. Finally,
for Orbeliani.
After years of just having to call them in Georgian and convince them to book. I mean, they speak a bit of English as well, but
Orbeliani has always been very good with having English-speaking people to help you. I mean, they are all about service. That's why the price tag is there. They're not messing around. Like, they're giving you the service for what you pay for. Some of the other places are a little bit more local. So, you got to give them a call and just do your best with trying to make a reservation.
Yep.
Best of luck to you. But you do need to make a reservation. Otherwise, you probably will be disappointed and you won't get a room. It's a really popular thing to do for everybody.
And there aren't that many bathhouses. Yeah, so then you'll be stuck at the public one, which may or may not be a good experience. Who knows?
Just roll with it.
Still, just haven't taken the courage to go do it. Too many strange bathhouse experiences around the world. So,
all right. So quick little wrap up of everything that we said, just so that you've got it cemented in your mind. We mentioned bring your own toiletries if that's what you want to do. You can hire towels and slippers, but I prefer to bring my own. Stay hydrated. Tom disagrees.
Who cares?
Don't pass out. Don't get too hot and pass out. That
is a real concern.
It's a lot. Yeah, if you're looking for a quieter time to visit, try off-peak hours, which would be early mornings because Georgians don't do early mornings. So first thing in the morning when it opens up. Some people say late in the evenings. I disagree. I think they get equally as busy late in the evenings.
I think they can be pretty busy. People go in from like like till 11 p.m. sort of stuff because they're having drinks.
Yeah, exactly. And also weekdays are definitely going to be a lot less busy than on weekends if you're trying to make a reservation. Remember that you can pay on card at the front desk for the room, but you will need cash to pay for your kisi scrub and massage.
Yep.
And if you do want to tip them for your gooch scrub, then you can do that.
You should have tipped me.
What else do I have in my thing? Yeah, make sure you rehydrate afterwards. I'm all about hydration. It's a really important thing. Protect your valuables. Leave your jewelry at home. Take your earrings out, wedding rings, valuable jewelry, necklaces. Take them off. Leave them at home, in your hotel room, in whatever. Do not bring them. One, as we said, the water will mess them up bad, and you don't want that to happen. They can be fixed, but it just damages the metal. It's not a great thing. And also, you do sort of need to leave the door open at some point, like
for the masseuse to come in, but you can lock it once they've done their thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they'll knock on the door if you've locked it. They'll knock on the door.
Yeah. So also, Tbilisi is a very safe place. People aren't going around like sneaking into bathrooms and stealing stuff. But
some of the bathhouses are quite big. So what we're talking about is like there's a separate room for getting changed. And
there's like a relaxation room afterwards. So you have like the room that keeps all the heat in. So with the bath and maybe the sauna and everything is in one room. And then in a separate room, you will have seats and sometimes they'll have a TV. And that's where you relax and you decompress and get changed. And
so you're getting a lot for what you're paying.
Food.
Really,
you can order food. Some places order some drinks, like
Hachapuri.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. And just be open minded. It's a really fun experience, and just go in with this is going to be great.
It is going to be great.
It is.
It literally is great.
It.
No matter what gooch stuff goes on, everything else about it's amazing. So it's really good.
So that's it. It's pretty much it. It's the reason Tbilisi is here. And so if you're visiting Tbilisi, you have to go to the bathhouses because it's why Tbilisi is a city. It's very cool.
Nice. All right, so that's it for this episode.
Yeah, we do have a full article about this on Eat This Tours. Just a little note, I have previously said a lot of this stuff is on Food Fun Travel, but I've been shifting them over to Eat This Tours. Yep. So look for our articles on the Sulphur Baths on Eat This Tours in the blog section, and you'll find that.
There's a lot of stuff in the blog section now because we moved all the Food Fun Travel content onto the tour company website.
Yeah, I've been busy shifting it all over, and we're consolidating all the Georgia stuff together. Even Tbilisi Podcast is now hosted on Eat This Tours website. So
yep, Georgia stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you can go and read the full article, and I have all different tips and information and hydrate there.
Oh God, stop it. Okay, right. That's it for this episode. Thanks for joining us. As always, if you like the show, recommend it to someone maybe. That's a good thing to do.
It is. That's a very nice thing to do. And if you want to be super, super nice, leave us a review.
Yep. 5 stars is the only review.
Yep. That's all we'll accept.
That's it. That's the only one. All of the rest don't work. The buttons are broken. There's just no point even trying them. Just don't try pressing them. Just press the 5-star one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one to press. All right. We will see you in another episode. Bye for now. Bye.
Now come this. Thanks for listening to the Tbilisi Podcast. Connect with us at tbilisipodcast.com, where you can find all relevant social media links, join our email newsletter, and discover more about travel, tours, and expat services in Georgia. This show was brought to you by foodfuntravel.com, expathub.ge, and eatthisttours.com.